Hey everybody, Crystal D here from crystaldastrology.com, and I wanted to put together a quick little video to tell everybody a little bit more about the Mars retrograde that's going to be beginning at the end of June. It actually starts on, I'm just looking at my notes here, it starts on June 26, 2018, and it will extend all the way through August 27th, 2018. And that's a pretty long stretch of time. So I think it's going to be helpful to have a little bit more awareness into what Mars retrograde means. This particular Mars retrograde is going to be a little bit more impactful than others in the past because it's going to be happening alongside three eclipses, two partial and one full. It also is going to be happening with a Mercury retrograde come August. So there's a lot happening alongside this Mars retrograde, so it's important to kind of get a little bit more of the ins and outs of what to expect. And I'm trying to do this video a little bit before it begins to try to give everybody a little bit of a heads up and kind of prepare yourself and have some tools and resources handy in order to get through the period. So as I said, it begins on June 26th, and it actually ignites. Mars begins to turn right as we're going to have a really powerful Capricorn full moon. So anything that's happening alongside a full moon gives it a little bit more oomph, makes people pay a little bit more attention to it. What does Mars retrograde mean? Well, number one, Mars retrograde only happens every 2.5 years or so. The last time was in 2016. And this time it's going to be taking place in the signs of Aquarius and Capricorn, mostly the signs of Aquarius, but it's important to think about the Capricorn energy too, because the best part of the Mars retrograde is that when Mars finally goes direct, he's going to go direct in the sign of Capricorn, and that is going to really give Mars an oomph to move forward, to create some sort of something, give something more power in your life, take something back. And so while some of us may struggle during the retrograde, by the time Mars goes forward direct at the end of August, there's going to be a very powerful resurgence, and that's going to be taking place in the sign of Capricorn. So it's important to keep your eye on the prize and know where Mars is going to be turning direct, because that's the big thing to think about. Okay, maybe I'm waning right now, but when I get to the end of August, I'm going to have this huge resurgence, this huge drive and huge push forward that's really going to take me off and help me move ahead. So in just thinking about what Mars retrograde means, it's really when action slows down. And Mars is our action planet. Mars is our planet that helps us do things. Mars is our planet that helps us initiate. And when he's going backwards, it really kind of takes all of that initiation, it puts it on the back burner. So you're going to see a lull in the next few months, especially July and August. People are not going to be as geared up for action. So if you have anything in the works, and you haven't ignited it before the end of June, you're going to see a slowdown, and things aren't going to start moving forward until the end of August, really the beginning of September. So just keep that in mind, and I think that can help if we keep that awareness. It just lets us know, hey, things aren't going to be happening as quick as I want them to in July and August. It's kind of okay to take care of myself and put the attention back on myself rather than pushing the issue. Because if you push any issue during this period, it's only going to come back to sting you, come back to bite you. So action is going backwards. We're not going to be initiating as quickly as we were in the past. Next, we're going to have people's emotions are going to be in play, because not only are we dealing with the Mars retrograde, but we're also dealing with a lot of emotional energy. And you can actually check back and see my prior video about the Jupiter-Neptune trine, because that's going to be taking place alongside this Mars retrograde. So we've got a lot of pent-up emotions that are happening, and with Mars going backwards, it's just going to make people get angry. So there's going to be a necessity for some anger management. There's also going to be a necessity for getting your own energy out. How do you expel your energy? What do you do? Do you go to the gym? Do you like to paint? Do you like to listen to music? Do you like to, play with your pets? Maybe go for a walk with the dog. There's so many various outlets to use. I don't know what yours are personally, but it's a good thing to start thinking about, because you're going to need them. And it's also going to help you when you get into those moments of engagement with others that are angry, to walk away, to drop the rope, and to say, you know what, I'm not going to engage here because it's probably just going to get pretty volatile. And I'm going to go and take care of myself and put the attention back on me and do something that will help me get rid of this anger. I don't want to be mean to somebody else, because there is going to be a tendency to be mean. So just some other quick points about the Mars retrograde. As I said, it's happening alongside eclipse season. We've got 3 impactful eclipses. The The eclipses are going to begin in July. It actually begins, I'm just looking at my full moon calendar, and you can certainly go to my website and download your own. But the eclipses begin on July 12th, and they will go through August 11th. I actually think that the eclipse that's happening, the solar eclipse in August around August 11th, that early part of August, is going to be pretty impactful with the Mars retrograde, because that's when Mars is going to be going through the 29th degree of Aquarius right before he transitions back into Capricorn. So that's going to really give a very big dose of awareness. The other thing that's thrown into the mix is that Mars, as he's retroing, he's going to be moving alongside the North and the South node, which has to do with our karmic patterns and breaking through karmic patterns, which is very important in regards to eclipse season. This eclipses bring awareness into what our patterns are, and it really can help us to get a better dose of reality and take steps to initiate how to get out of our karmic patterns. Or it actually can give us more attention into what we should be paying attention to and what maybe we've been neglecting. And so I think there's going to be a high dose of awareness that's coming through as we emerge into this Mars retrograde. And the other thing is that Mars, not only working alongside the nodes, but working alongside Uranus, who's newly entered into the sign of Taurus. And this is going to be really dealing with our, what makes us feel secure, what do we value, what's important to us and what's not, and where are we willing to invest some of our resources in order to get ahead. And these are going to be questions that are going to start surrounding us. Again, I think this really is super impactful as we get into the beginning of August, but the whole period from the end of June, and again, as I said, the retrograde begins on June 26th, and it will extend all the way until August 27th. Another just little tidbit before I close out, the Mars retrograde begins with a full moon, and it'll actually end with the full moon too. It begins with the full moon in Capricorn, and it ends with the full moon in Pisces. So, these are very different signs. The full moon in Pisces is going to put an emphasis on feelings. Again, there's those feelings again. You just can't run from them this year. It's also going to put an emphasis on, our ability to give back, what are we taking for ourselves and what are we giving out to others? Are we giving too much? Are we giving too little? These are things that are going to really kind of be part of the final culmination. And going back to what I said in the beginning, when Mars goes direct, right, on that Pisces full moon, he's going to be operating in the sign of Capricorn, and that's going to really ignite things. And it's really important to know what area is being affected in your chart. So I have some resources for everybody. I have, you could sign up for my membership. This will give you, it's going to talk you through the play-by-play. I actually have some resources up there already into the Mars retrograde, talking about which signs are most impacted and which signs are going to be feeling it, what you can do to combat some of these negative influences of the Mars retrograde. And I also have a free chart calculator on my website, which allows you to actually generate your own chart, your own personal chart, and you can see where, number one, how does your Mars operate? Because Mars is going to be an important, crucial topic in the next few months. And the other thing is, where is Mars going to go direct? And these are important things to look at, important things to know, and to kind of explore, because the way that we get through these periods is with awareness. The more awareness you have, the greater your ability to deal with the energy at hand. And it's really going to be telling. There's a lot of new turning points that are going to be coming out. Karma's in play. It's going to be a very interesting next few months. So check out the resources, crystalbeastrology.com, and I'll see everybody again soon. Bye-bye.